Okay, and we are recording.
Okay, I don't think I'm sharing my screen though.
You are. I see 10 Downing Street, London, UK.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. It's not showing up on my end. But okay, so starting off with loops. I think you both know what loops are and how to create them though, so I'm going to uh move on to filtering loops. Um, you may have filters set up for yourself already. But if not, you can control which loops you see and which loops you don't. For example, you can archive loops if you're done with them or if the deal fell through, listing was canceled, whatever. Um, a lot of people do that just to stay organized. So in my filters, I have archived hidden. It's under archived, select hide archived. Um, you can also filter by loop type. So if you're only looking for listings, it's just select listing for sale. If you're only looking for leases, select lease, etc. And that can just help you stay organized once you have like a billion loops on your home screen. Um, Now, adding people and roles is my next topic. So when you first create a loop, um, down at the bottom, there's the people section. You can just click add person. All that you need is their name and email address. And then you assign them a role. So we're going to say that Tim is selling 10 Downing Street. Um, Also, just so you know, we have these local service providers. These are our trusted providers. These are people with whom we have relationships. Often people we've worked with previous, or people we've worked with previously and had good experiences. So we always recommend going through these people, especially mortgage and title, or mortgage and an attorney. Um, because they can get your clients really good deals. Now, in the template, so this is a listing for sale template, and you'll notice all of these documents are marked as optional in this column, but here they show up as required. The reason for this is optional is optional to submit. You can submit for review without having that document completed and signed. But for example, the exclusive right to sell on a listing, that is, of course, required. Um, what we have in the template is the Illinois Realtors exclusive right to sell contract. You're free to use your local association's listing agreement, though, whether that's CAR or Main Street or NASBAR. We just have the Illinois preloaded because everybody has access to it since everybody's a member of IAR. And it's really just super, super streamlined and easy. Um, Also, some of these are placeholders. Um, for example, the personal interest disclosure. There is no IAR personal interest disclosure. So if you're representing yourself, you need to add that from your local association. Or if you're with Main Street, just add Kale's version. And of course, to add a document, you just click Add Document, Templates. And I've got the disclosure of personal interest. Neat little trick. So we've already got the placeholder here. We've got licensee disclosure of personal interest up here. You can click on the document, drag it over the placeholder, and now you've got your disclosure of personal interest, and you don't, and the placeholder is gone, so no duplication. Uh, tasks. Let's see, I think my tasks are up here. Okay. So we have preloaded templates for you, tasks. Uh for example, to add a template, just go to add tasks, load template, and then we've got these roadmaps for you, um, like seller roadmap. So add that, and you've got some of the main things that you need to do during a listing. This doesn't really have much to do with paperwork, but you've got, obviously, well, signed listing agreement with realtor, the clean up and stage home, and you can just check these off as you do them. It's just a way of helping you stay organized. You can also add a task. Well, that's not it. You can also create um, your own task lists. If you go to template, scroll down to tasks, just click add task list, create task list, and you can just enter all the tasks you want. And then you've that's now saved, and you can add that the same way. Just go to add template, and it'll be in your task lists.
Rob, can you go back 1 second? I got a little distracted. So
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
task, so if it's I'm trying to create a template, right?
Okay, so you go to templates, scroll down to get to tasks, and
Templates to task. Okay.
then add task list,
Uh-huh.
and just give it a name. And then you can add all the tasks that your heart's desire.
And when you say task, you are referring to templates, right?
Yes, the tasks are under templates, but you have to scroll down to the actual tasks section. The first section is going to be documents,
Mm-hmm.
and then below that you've got tasks, and below that clauses. So you need to click on tasks.
Oh, I see. So these are forms that are in here, but the task is to bring them into your document. Is that what that is?
I'm sorry, say again.
So in creating a task or grabbing a task, is you're grabbing one of these documents here to put in your
Right.
okay.
I mean, it's not actually a document, it's just a list that gets added to the tasks section. Um, the documents are all in the forms templates, but yeah, you're able to add a task list to your loop, either one that we've created for you or one that you've created for yourself. It's not going to hurt
Okay.
our feelings.
I did not know that you could do that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty useful. Um,
Because I usually go to car and find it and upload it and and it's already in there. I didn't realize that. Okay.
okay. And this is sort of a little tangent, but I wanted to show you the three little dots. Three little dots are very important, all the way over to the right. For example, if I want to rename this or make a copy of it, see the history, download it. The three little dots are basically your key to editing anything. You can even go to three little dots for a folder and just select archive or duplicate it, whatever. Duplicating, incidentally, is important. If you have a document that's been approved, like a listing agreement, do not edit that listing agreement because when you edit documents in Dotloop, it wipes out the signatures. We need the original listing agreement on file for all time, or at least 7 years. So if you have an accepted contract, an accepted listing agreement, take a copy. Copy as a Dotloop document. Now we have two copies of the exclusive right to sell. Um, then you can edit the copy of the listing agreement without wiping out the signatures on the original agreement. Does that make sense?
It does, but doesn't that create a document that's not legal because it's not signed? The change, whenever you make a change, has to be initialed or.
You would have to get the new document signed, but you'd still
Create.
have the original
I
document
see.
with
I see.
signatures.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, so we just want to make sure that we always have that original document preserved.
Be
Um,
some of the purposes for creating a copy of a document that's already been signed?
Say again.
What would be the purpose of creating a document from a document that's already been signed?
Well, you would create a duplicate of it if you want to edit it, because when you edit it, it's going to wipe out the signatures. We want to have that original document preserved. We have to have that on file for 7 years. So when you create a duplicate, you keep the original and then you can edit the duplicate.
Okay, and then the duplicate will be signed and put into
The
Dotloop?
duplicate, yeah, the duplicate can then be signed. When you edit it, it's going to wipe out the signatures. Just share that with your client, have them sign, and then yeah, you've got the original document and the edited, updated document, both
Okay,
It
signed.
creates a paper trail, basically.
Exactly, exactly.
okay,
Um, Adding documents, I kind of touched on that before. There are three ways to add documents. All of them start with clicking, go figure, add document.
Duh.
And of course, we have all of the documents that you need in templates. So let's say, is everybody here with car by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I
I'm
am
gonna
as
go ahead.
well.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use car interactive forms then. Um, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add the exclusive right to sell. You just select the document you want, click copy, okay, and then you have an interactive form that you can edit and share and get signed and everything. Autofill. Um, and then just type in the blanks. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Um, Another way to add documents is from your computer. Just click browse, and that's going to open up a navigation window. I don't know if you can see mine, you probably can't. but
We
it'll
can.
okay, great. So yeah, so you can just make listing agreement. Okay, that's in there. Third way is by you can email a document directly into the loop. And this is really cool. So if somebody emails you an offer, for example, you don't need to download it and then upload it to get it into the loop. You can just email it in. To do that, you click email, copy to clipboard, and then go into your email, forward the email with the attachment to the address that you just copied. So just control V, forward, control V, and send. 15, 20 seconds later, that document will be in your loop.
I have never been able to do that. Say that again. You.
Okay, so to email a document into your loop, let's say another agent has emailed you an offer on your listing.
Mm-hmm.
You just go to add document,
Mm-hmm.
click email,
Mm-hmm.
copy to clipboard. Then you go into your email, find the email with the attachment, with the offer,
Mm-hmm.
forward that, and in the to field, just
The
click
forward part,
control.
who am I forwarding it to? That's the part right
You're
there.
forwarding it to the loop. So you've when you clicked copy to clipboard, you were copying the email address of this particular loop. So I can show you this. Do you all see
That's
my
how we make it look easier.
email?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. So let's see. Um, so if I wanted to forward this attachment, I would just click forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the to field, I've got control V to enter the address of the loop.
Okay.
And then I just click send.
So when I always see that long thing and copy the clipboard, I just go like, I don't know what this is going. So I download it,
Yeah,
upload it. Oh,
that's
so I
what it
got it.
is. So you can actually
So
email.
just copy this to the email and hit forward, and it'll send it to the loop. Okay,
Right.
I will.
Just click email, copy to clipboard, and then control V into the to field and send. And let's see.
Control V, like in Victor.
Control V is for paste.
Okay,
V is in Victor.
thank you. And I
Let's
started
see.
to leave this class. Thank you, Rob.
And see, now that document has arrived in my loop. Da, 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 da. Sharing is a big one. Um, First off, I can't state often enough. Share with your clients, submit for review when you want the office to take a look at the document, or if you need the managing broker's signature or something, submit for review, don't share. With your clients, you share. So I'm going to share this fake listing agreement with Tim. Click share. Well, I don't have any fields in it actually, but I'm going to pretend that I do. Um, Now you just select the person that you want to share it with, of course. There are four permission options for sharing. View only is just what it sounds like. You know, if I send this to Tim, he can take a look at it, say, I like it, I don't like it, can't sign or anything. Can sign would be, you know, able to sign. Can fill and sign, that's what you want to use for things like property disclosures, Um, that'll allow the recipient to, you know, click on the little buttons in the property disclosure. Check here, check there, and then they can sign. Can edit in private allows the recipient to edit anything in the document, so use that very judiciously. Um, you really would not want to do that with anyone you do not completely trust. So don't, if you're submitting an offer, do not share it with the listing agent. Can edit in private. You won't know what parameters are going to come back. Yeah, and you can also enter a custom message when you're sending the email. And that'll just come as a note in the email they receive along with the link to the document.
Quick question.
Yes.
When it says who has access and then reshare and more, am I supposed to click that every time? That's the part I don't know. When do I send it to you?
So to me, once it's signed, once you've shared it with your client and gotten it back, then you submit for review.
So if
Um,
we're going back and forth, you don't need that. You only need it once it's fully executed.
correct.
Okay, good deal.
And then you submit for review, and this is going to require an address, which if you're submitting a buyer broker agreement is frustrating because you're not going to have an address yet. Um, you can use your own address, you can use the office address, you can use your client's address. Just when they do actually go under contract, be sure to update it to the actual property address. And you can do that by going to view details and then just enter the address. Um, Otherwise, we won't be able to find the document if we need to take a look at something. So submit for review. It's not gonna say. And when you submit for review, you have to select which folder or folders you're submitting. So if you're submitting a listing agreement, then of course you're going to want to select listing docs. As long as you have the listing docs in the listing docs folder. These are named based on how we have the template set up. So for this. So under listing docs, we have the listing docs. If you're adding documents to your loop, we don't have control over where you add them. So you could theoretically go to add document and add a listing agreement to the contract docs. If you do that, then just submit contract docs for review. You wouldn't believe how many times somebody submits something for review. Say they want their listing agreement reviewed. They submit the closing docs folder, and I'm like, not sure what I'm looking for here. I can't approve or reject the listing agreement because it hasn't been submitted. I can't send notes through the documents. I have to send notes through the loop itself. So it just really benefits everybody to submit the actual folder that you want, the folder with the documents that you want reviewed. That said, you can't submit an individual document unless it's the only document in the loop. I mean, in the folder. You submit by folders. Um, And then there are different review types. We have these set up to submit to the type of review that they should. Like listing docs are always going to submit to sales listing or rental listing review. But if you create your own folder, then it's not going to be mapped um, to a specific review. So just select the review that makes sense. If we've got sales listing, rental listing, sales contract, and lease, I believe, and then referral. That should cover everything. Don't submit a listing agreement for referral review though, because then I can only select approved referral, and that doesn't make sense. Changing people assigned to fields. Okay, I wanted to show you. Now, I'm in the brokerage field, and up here you can see that is assigned to no one. I can assign that to myself. I can assign that to Tim. Just go up to the assigned to and select whoever you want to assign it to. That's especially important for signature fields. Those are going to be assigned to the correct party by default if you're loading them from the interactive templates. But let's say just for fun, you want to have the buyer sign. Let's go to role, buyer. Now, boom, the signature field for the listing agreement is assigned to the buyer. There are cases when that is actually going to benefit you. For example, um, if you have an affiliated business disclosure that the field has been assigned to the seller, but you're actually representing the buyer, then you can switch that out. Something else I want to show you, and then I'm going to open it up for questions, is adding signature fields. So let's say you've got 3 sellers. Now, this is something that I uploaded. This is the fake listing agreement. So it's not showing me the signature fields. Ordinarily it would be. Excuse me. So just go to add signature, assign field, seller, signature, assign field. Say other. And this is useful if you're using a document that's not interactive, but more importantly, or more frequently, if you've got 3 sellers, it's going to give you those 2 signature fields. You'll need to add a 3rd signature field. What you will need to do in order to get that 3rd signature field added, fill out everything, print it to a PDF, upload the PDF to the loop, and then you'll be able to add signature and initial fields. It's unfortunate, but you cannot add fields to an interactive form. So if you need to add additional fields, it needs to be a flat PDF, something that you've printed to a PDF or scanned as a PDF or downloaded as a PDF. It can't be interactive. And actually, there is one last thing I wanted to show you, which is team members. You can add people to your team. So right now I've got Tim added as the seller. maybe my seller is also my brother. I trust him. I'm gonna add him to my team. Just go to the three little dots, add to my team. That'll send him an invite to join my team. Once he's on my team, he can view all of the documents in my loop. He can edit all of the documents in my loop. And most importantly, he cannot be removed from my team. It's for that loop only, but if you and your brother have a falling out after you've added him to your team, he still has access to all those documents. So if you're partnering with a broker, that can be useful, but again, use it judiciously because it can't be undone. And that is everything I have as far as the tutorial goes. So I'm going to open it up for questions. Okay.
Already asked my questions. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for joining us.
We'll be having another one in a couple of weeks, which will be a little bit more advanced. But
Yes.
this is kind of just like a little basics, but this will be a recurring monthly event. So, if you like this one, please come, bring your questions, and we'll walk you through, any troubles that you're having with Dotloop.
Good deal, Pickle.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming.
Awesome. Thank
Have
you
a good day.
guys. Have a
Okay,
great rest of
bye.
your
All right,
day.
thank
Please let us know if
you.
we can be of any assistance. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Bye, Tim.
Bye.
All right, bye.